Assalamualaikum and good evening. I bid to my respective lecturer, Madam Rosita. And now we are from Group 2 would like to present about asbestos. So this is our group members, Christina, me, Syasya, Nisa and Anis. So this is our table of content, introduction, physical and chemical properties of the asbestos, the industry in which the asbestos can be found, route of chemical entry, health effect, control measure or prevention, and the last one is our conclusion. So, apa itu asbestos? Asbestos adalah sekelompok mineral silikat alami yang terdiri daripada serat-serat kecil dan halus. Asbestos ni dia adalah resisten dengan heat, dengan panas, api dan dia kuat. Asbestos ni banyak digunakan dalam construction materials, insulation and industrial products. Asbestos ni dia pose serious health risk di mana kalau kita inhale benda tu, kalau kita inhale asbestos tu, dia akan menyebabkan lung cancer, asbestosis and mesothelioma. Disebabkan bahayanya asbestos ni, banyak negara yang dah ban asbestos ni daripada digunakan. Antaranya United Kingdom, entire Europe Union, Australia, Japan, South Korea and South Africa. And now I will pass the slide to Nisa.
So, Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Nisa. So, I would like to present about physical and chemical properties of the hazardous substance. So, we go to the next. So, physical property is appearance. Asbestos fiber can be white, blue or brown depending on the type. So, chrysotile, the most common form is white, which a curly or spiral structure, making it somewhat flexible. Chrysotile, also known as a blue asbestos, has a bluish blue and consists of thin, needle-like fibers which are brighter and more prone to becoming airborne. Amosite or brown asbestos appears in shade of brown or grey with straight rod-like fibers, often used in construction materials such as cement and insulation. So, for the next is texture. Asbestos is fibrous with a silky or fluffy feel in its raw form. However, when integrated into material like cement or insulation, the texture becomes more rigid. If these materials deteriorate, they can release fine asbestos fiber into the air, which is hazardous when inhaled. For the density of asbestos, typically range between 2.5 and 3.5 GCM. Depending on the type, chrysotile has a lower density, around 2.5 GCM, while amosite and chrysotile are denser, lower to 3.2 to 3.5 GCM. This combination of low weight and durability made asbestos a popular material in construction and manufacturing. Through its fibrous nature, presents serious health risks when disturbed. So next is melting point. Height melting point typically between 1000 degrees Celsius and 1200 degrees Celsius. So, which make it highly resistant to heat. This property contribute to its intensive use in application requiring fireproofing and thermal insulation, such as in building materials, industrial equipment, and fire-resistant fabrics. So, for the solubility, insoluble in water and many solvents, giving it exceptional chemical stability. This durability allows it to maintain its structure over time, even in harsh environmental conditions. Through it also make asbestos fiber persistent pollutant. So, for the electrical insulation, is excellent insulator, making it useful in electrical application. This combined characteristic, heat resistant, chemical stability, and electrical insulation make asbestos a versatile material in various industries, despite the health risks associated with exposure to its fiber. Next is chemical properties.
Okay, so what industry? the asbestos can be found or used. Firstly, we have manufacturing, mining, automotive, oil and gas, power plants, construction, and shipbuilding. Construction is the main industry that use asbestos.
Assalamualaikum to my lecturer, Madam Rosita. I'm Syasya from batch 66G1. So, hari ini saya akan terangkan tentang role of chemical entry. First, inhalation. Asbestos fiber easily ingested can enter the respiratory system, causing serious health issue like asbestosis, lung cancer and mesothelioma. Um, Mesothelioma due to their difficulty in removal. Contohnya, asbestos ni mudah ditelan. Boleh memasuki dalam sistem pernafasan menyebabkan masalah kesihatan yang serius seperti asbestosis, kanser paru-paru dan mesothelioma kerana kesukaran mereka untuk dikeluarkan. So next, injection. Asbestos fiber can enter the body through an intentional injection, leading to health problem, particularly gastrointestinal tract malignancies, as some fiber may not pass through the digestive system. Asbestos boleh memasuki badan melalui pengambilan yang tidak disengajakan, yang membawa kepada masalah kesihatan, terutamanya malignan saluran gastrousus, kerana beberapa serap mungkin tidak melalui sistem pencernaan. So last, skin contact. Asbestos fiber can settle on skin or clothes, reducing health risk compared inhalation or injection. However, this fiber can become airborne, posing inhalation risk. Serat asbestos boleh menetap pada kulit atau pakaian. Ini mengurangkan risiko kesihatan berbanding dengan penyedutan atau injection. Tetapi serat yang terganggu boleh menyebabkan udara, menimbulkan risiko untuk inhalation. So next, have effect, symptom and target organs. So, first, asbestos exposure can lead to serious health issues, including asbestosis, chronic lung disease, and lung cancer, causing chest pain and weight loss in smoker. Kiranya pendedahan asbestos ni boleh menyebabkan masalah kesihatan yang serius, termasuk asbestosis, penyakit paru-paru kronik dan kanser paru-paru. Menyebabkan batuk, sakit dada dan penurunan berat badan pada perokok. So second, mesothelioma is a rare cancer causing chest pain, breathing difficulties and weight loss, linked to asbestos exposure, gastrointestinal tract, larynx and ovaries cancer. Mesothelioma adalah kanser yang jarang berlaku, yang menyebabkan sakit dada, sukar bernafas dan penurunan berat badan yang dikaitkan dengan pendedahan asbestos Lepas tu saluran gastrousus, lepas tu layering tu and cancer ovary. So saya akan paskan kepada Anis.
Thank you everyone for your attention throughout the presentations. My name is Nur Anis Hasika and I would like to bring everything together by focusing on the key measure we have discussed for managing asbestos. As we have seen, asbestos management is critical and it requires a comprehensive, multifaceted approach that prioritizes management, worker safety and environmental protections. So now, let's start with the management. An asbestos management plan is a foundation. This plan is not just a document, but a living process detailing how to handle asbestos containing materials ACMS safely. It includes regular risk assessment and inspections to ensure that every potential risk is identified and managed. Next is training, which is training is another vital aspect. It's not enough for workers to be trained. Management itself must be well informed so that safety becomes embedded in the culture of the organizations. With proper training, management can lead by example and ensure that asbestos risks are always being actively monitored and controlled. And finally, we must emphasize the importance of documentations, keeping accurate records of inspections, maintenance and removal processes, ensure compliance with regulation and provide a history that guides future actions. So now we're moving to the workers. Their safety is our top priority. To that end, we must provide personal protective equipment (PPE) to all workers who might come into contact with asbestos. These include respirators, gloves, and protective clothing. But providing the PPE isn't enough. Workers need to understand how to use it properly, and that's where regular training comes in. These training sessions educate workers on the risks of asbestos, safe handling technique, and the proper use of PPE. We also monitor workers' health through health surveillance programs, allowing us to catch any potential asbestos-related illness early. This ongoing health monitoring is a proactive step in protecting those on the front lines of asbestos management. And lastly, let's talk about the environment. Asbestos management doesn't stop at the work site. We also think about the environment around us. We establish control work areas, restricting access to these spaces to minimize exposure to anyone not involved in the work. In addition, we also can conduct a regular air quality monitoring to ensure that asbestos fibers are not being released into the surrounding area. This is not only for the protection of workers, but also for the community around the site. And finally, when it comes to the disposal of asbestos waste, we adhere to strict waste disposal protocols, ensuring that all materials are disposed at the certified facilities. This helps prevent any contamination of the environment. And the last one is conclusions. In conclusions, asbestos is a serious health risk, but by implementing the measures we have outlined today, we can effectively manage and minimize the risk. From management plans to worker safety programs and environmental protections, each layer of this approach works together to protect people and the environment. While asbestos exposure remains hazardous, with the right strategies we can significantly reduce the risk and ensure a safer future for all of us. Let's continue to prioritize safety, follow these control measures diligently, and safeguard our workers and communities from the danger of asbestos. So that's all from me, and I think that's all from our group for this topic. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.